What's up, guys? It's Apollo Uchiha here, back with a new short movie. The name of the short movie is What If Naruto Had a Voice Kekkei Genkai. And before continuing this, if you haven't done, please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and it is an unscripted movie as well. Now, without further ado, let's begin with our story. Our story begins in Anbu Hospital as we see the third Hokage arriving there. His name was Hiruzen Sarutobi, and his age was that of an old man. He has lived through 3 wars, and yet he was still alive. He was thankful for that, but in his life he had seen so much horrors and sorrow, and lost so much comrades and youthful potential that he'd rather be dead instead of them. As he entered a patient's room, as he saw a young child with blonde mop on his head with 3 whisker marks on each cheek, lied on a bed with EVs going through his veins and keeping him barely alive as the machine was going on, monitoring his heartbeat as he was bandaged up because of deeply bruised thanks to the bubblance of Konoha. His eyes showed anger, but with a sigh he let it go. Kakashi, how did you let this happen? I I was away. I trusted my team and I paid the price. What happened to those who betrayed my orders? Killed off. By whom? By me. Even if you demote me or put me to prison, I will happily go there. But believe me when I say this, Hokage-sama, I will do this gladly again, over and over. I have regret that I wasn't able to get my head straight and didn't have the willpower to meet the kid or be involved in his life actively, but from now on I will. And there's nobody in this village, not even you, that can stop me from doing so. If you are not going to fulfill his wishes, or Jiraiya-sama or Sanada-sama aren't going to fulfill their wishes, then I will. As his law student, I will do it. You don't need to get so hyper, Kakashi. I regret making that decision till to this day, but it was Minato's wish to be revealed to the populace that Naruto is the Kyuubi's Jinchuriki and to be seen as a hero, but it seems that our old friends have manipulated their ways, and I let it slide too much. Kakashi, do you want revenge for Naruto's sake? As Kakashi, I glowed red from underneath his mask. Yes. Are you sure about this? 100% that you won't regret for what you're about to do? No, I won't. Then you're with me. Summon our loyalist Anbus. As all Anbu Jonins arrived, they were none other than Asuma Sarutobi, Maito Gai, Kurena Yuhi, and Kakashi Hatake. These 5 Jonins were elite of the elite at the time. And Genma was also there, alongside with Yugao Uzuki and Anko Mitarashi. Why did you summon us, Hokage-sama? For only one reason. We are going to extinguish Root from the very surface and kill off the 3 elders. It is time to kill them and erase them for good. As everyone was surprised by this, even Kakashi. Dad, are you sure about that? Yes, son. It has come to light that they have been chewing on more than given to them. So it is time that we cut their heads off. When a loyal dog started to bite the hand of its owner, it's time to put them down. Said Hiruzen Sarutobi, no. In front of them was the professor, the Kami no Shinobi, the god of war, in the battlefield, none other than Sarutobi Hiruzen. As his eyes showed nothing but malice, as his all emotions were turned off right now. So, when do we begin? Said none other than Kurena Yuhi. Right now, as uncle and everyone smirked. As we go down towards the basement, where the root was located, as the 3 elders were sitting there. Today's hunt was successful. The Kyuubi's Jinchuriki has been beaten yet again, said Koharu. As the 2 elders smirked. Soon enough that Hiruzen will not see what has come to it, and we will manipulate the child to our side and force him to kill Sarutobi, and then we will rule this village with iron fist. Even if he was our teammate, and our sensei drilled his ideals into his head and ours. At least he tried, but we saw what the world really is. Thanks for opening our eyes, Danzo. We really were fools back in the day, but I guess Hiruzen wasn't the one to wake up. from the foolish ideals of our sensei. He really was a man of his word, said none other than Danzo, cutting on Hamura's words. But his ideals were that of a foolish man. We now see that his ideals and ideas of getting peace was nothing but fake. We can only rule and crush those who are weak. They will know fear, and they will fear Konoha. As everyone chuckled, until they picked up the teacups and started to drink tea. But then they paused, because of a sharp wire cutting through all of their necks, as their heads started to roll, as there was a splash of blood, as they died there. As the Rutanbu became alerted as their master had died, and his colleagues. And suddenly, there were smoke bombs everywhere, and within the smoke, each and every one of the root shinobi was killed. All 900 shinobis eradicated, like they were pests, alongside the elders. And their body was placed, as if that they were traitors and blown up inside their own houses by those who were trading with, which was blamed on Iwa and others. And when this was revealed to the populace next day of what happened and what they did, they were scorned, hated to their cores, and their bodies, they were thrown to the people, and they threw them to the wild for animals to feed upon them, like they were rotting stuff, rotting their society. Konohagakure no Sato. On the other side, we go inside Naruto's mind's cave. Naruto was having a time of his life. He was finally playing with his Kyuubi Nei-chan, as Kyuubi was playing with her little Ototo, or so she called him. Kyuubi was at first hating this child, but when she saw what he had been through, she fell for him, felt a connection for him, a motherly connection. But the child called her a sister, so that's what she's going to be now. She turned into her human form and tried to persuade Naruto, and even let him meet the souls of his parents, which when Naruto was revealed that his father was the one who sealed the Kyuubi inside of him and was the cause of all this crone. He at first hated him, but with the persuasion of his mother and his sister Kyuubi, Naruto forgave him. As Naruto knew how much time has passed inside, but he knew one thing, that the time was coming to a close. His parents' chakra was depleting rapidly, day by day, and when it was about to disappear, Minato gave Naruto a key. As Naruto opened the seal, as the seal glowed before disappearing in the outside world, as Kyuubi then gave Naruto his dormant kekkei genkai that was sleeping by awakening it through her chakra. Now you can command even the dead, Naruto. Rise them from their ground and turn them into alive. This kekkei genkai is so powerful that even the Otsutsuki feared from using it because it can kill them. So those who were born with it were killed. But you had this kekkei genkai torment. I didn't want to touch it first, but now seeing that you have a pure heart, I know that you will use it for peace, as your father said. I promise, Kyuubi Nei-chan, I will make my parents and you proud. Even if my dad was sick though, as Kyuubi chuckled. And I will give you a hand, lend you my strength, as well as guide you, Naruto, wherever you want. I will always be there for you, little Ototo. Thanks, Kyuubi Nei-chan. I don't know what I will do without you, because before coming here, I thought that I only had a family in Gigi, but now I gained another family member and met my parents. Thank you very much. I will never forget this, and I will fulfill this mission and kill that masked man who put you through such horrors and tainted your very own existence in the eyes of these people. I will avenge you and my parents. That is all I need to do. And preserve peace, obviously. Naruto said, chuckling as he left. On the outer world, it had been already 6 months, as the Hokage and Kakashi were visiting regularly to check upon him as when he was about to wake up. During their regular scans, Doctor found out something interesting about Naruto that they reported towards the Hokage. As the doctor was standing in front of Hokage and, "What? You mean there is no seal holding the Kyuubi, and yet the Kyuubi hasn't broken free? How is that possible?" "That we do not know, Hokage-sama, but there's also something interesting that you should see. What can be more interesting than this? Kyuubi not deciding to come out of Naruto and attack us all and rip us to shreds because of what she did 8 years back." As the doctor flinched. Are you 100% sure there is no seal, Doctor? Yes, I checked almost 18 times before coming here, and even now my doctors are checking, and we found that there is no seal holding it back. And not only that, they now feared and they are trying to spread the rumors as we speak because I know there are some moles in my own doctor squad and they will spread this to the whole village. And I guess it's a good thing. How can this be a good thing, Doctor? Are you insane? Naruto letting get off his rage and the beast unleashing the beast on us. Is this a good thing? And not only that, what if the beast tries to manipulate Naruto after all the hell he went through thanks to this very own pathetic excuse of a populace that I ruled over? He said with a roaring voice. God damn it, something this job was just too demanding. He just wanted to retire and have a peaceful life, but no. That shit of a masked person claiming to be Mother Uchiha had to attack that night and Minato and Kushina had to die, leaving little Naruto alone and him to his hellish place. Both of them were now quite alone because the people hated the Hokage for one thing, leaving Naruto alive, and now Naruto was on the brink of either destroying the village or getting corrupted by the QB, and it was not a good choice either way. As then, a doctor came running. Sir, the Genkai test you wanted me to do, it has been done. So, is everything normal? No. Turns out it is a new sort of Genkai, a voice Genkai. As Naruto woke up, back inside the hospital room. Man, how long was I out? As a gravity-defying silver-haired person said. Long enough, Naruto. Hey Kakashi-san, Naruto said. How do you know my name? I met my parents in the seal. As Kakashi's eyes wide. What? I'm sorry. It's alright. I know you tried to protect me, Naruto said with a smirk. As Kakashi's eyes widened again before he sighed. As his eyes turned into a used eye smile. I guess you know me, huh? In my Anbu status and outside now. I should have known that my sensei was a genius and would try to do this. But why? He got out of his stupidity and jolted when Naruto asked this. Why didn't you tell me that? I didn't have guts, Naruto. You see, when you were born, I hated you a little bit. Because you took away the only family I had. At the time I thought this, I was a young kid. But when I thought of this, my own guilt started to eat me away. For how could I think of that? My own sensei's son, who said to protect you. To me, I thought of you like that. I couldn't live with it. So I tried to distance myself and hope for the better. But when I saw that you were not treated welcomely, I took on Inu persona once again and started to protect you from shadows, all with my might and will, until the corrupted Anbus and those who were moles inside my team were now infiltrating us. And not only that, the corruption inside this village led me to go on missions, leaving you all by yourself. And they took that as an advantage to hurt you. I'm sorry about that. It's alright, I forgive you. Naruto said, as Kakashi's eyes widened. What? I forgive you. And so do my parents. They knew what you did. When they asked me, I told them about Inu Anbu. And they were happy knowing that you were involved and protected me. And both of them said, thanks Kakashi. You really kept your promise and we're proud of you. As Kakashi knew that tears were running down his eyes by the time. As he wiped them off with his sleeve and his eyes turned into a U-shaped eye smile. As a lot of burden was lifted from his shoulders and a guilt as well. At least a part of it. A huge part of it. Thanks, Sensei. Kushina-san. Thanks, Naruto. You do not know how happy I am about this. But you don't get off that easy. You have to train me in taijutsu. I'll take you as an apprentice. How about that? As then an Hokage came inside. We'll talk about that later in my office, Kakashi. Ah, Hokage-sama. I guess I'll leave now. As Kakashi disappeared after saying goodbye to Hokage and Naruto. As Risen turned towards Naruto. You knew, Naruto said. I'm sorry, Naruto. Gigi, I am mad at you for keeping this a secret, but I'm also not mad because I knew why you did it. I met them in my seal. I knew they have done that, Naruto. I heard it. And they told me a lot of things. So, is there a Danzo person that I should be worried about? No. When you were out, he was executed because of his treasonous things towards the village. I see. So I don't have to worry about him, I guess. Yes. I heard you have a kekkei genkai now. Yeah, it was given to me by my sister. Your sister? But you don't have. It's Scooby. What? What do you mean, Naruto? You know how dangerous? I know, GD, but she was manipulated by none other than that masked person that claimed to be Madara Uchiha, and Kyubi says that it was Madara. As Ryuzen knew that he was sweating now as chill run down his spine. If Madara was alive after all these years, they knew the village peace was not to be preserved, and he will do everything within his power to attack yet again and grab the Kyubi, and this time completely successful. But don't worry, GD, I have a way to stop him. I trained with kekkei genkai before coming out here for 1 month, and I will use it to prevent those. What can you do? I'll show you. Can you bring me to the graves of my parents? As Hiruzen nodded, as Naruto and Hiruzen went there. After some time, at arriving at their graves, Naruto said, Kushino Uzumaki, Minato no Mikaze, rise from the underworld. Free your souls from the Shinigami stomach, rip it apart, because I summon you here, Naruto said, as his voice boomed, and the graves ripped open as their caskets came out, opening it and dropping the lid. Both of them were there, still breathing as skin and flesh returned to their bony structures, which were there now. And then souls returned, engulfing their bodies with light. And then they opened it. Huh, you really did it, Naruto, as they rushed towards Naruto and hugged him. Meanwhile, Hiruzen and his envoy watched this from afar, were shocked. Shell-shocked, actually. This kekkei genkai is a blessing and a curse. If this falls into someone's wrong hand, they can rise an army and control them. Don't worry, GT. I am the only person who has the kekkei genkai, and like Shodai, once I die, it will end with me. It is a dormant kekkei genkai that even the Sage of the Six Paths family were afraid of. And they are very much alive and are not good peoples that we want to interact with. Naruto said, getting the attention of everyone there, and they will come here one day. On the other side in Amegakure, as the Akatsuki was making plans, they were now meeting with 3 people, Ishiki, Momoshiki, and Kirishiki, as the 3 Otsuzukis were there. So, you are from the Sage of the Six Paths clan? Yes, Zetsu said. This plant-like creature can confirm it. Tell them who we are and I will free your mother. Yes, my lord. Please free my mother, Zetsu said, as everyone was shocked. These 3 masters are from the Otsutsuki clan, and the rabbit goddess that is sealed inside the moon, the mother of the Sage of the Sixth Path, the originator of the chakra, who is my mother, it's also from their clan. Now everyone there was shell-shocked. They were far dangerous now. Everyone was aware of it. Then Obito thought, what about the Moon Knight clan? Is this some sort of trap? As his eyes narrowed, and if it is, I have to do something about it. Yes, what you're talking and thinking about is true, said Momoshiki with smirk. You were manipulated by this fool because of his mother's love that he held for him. He is Kaguya's will after all, and with a snap, Kaguya was there, in front of them, standing, in all her divine beauty. I see I am free. Thank you. I knew I could contact you. As she looked at Zetsu. You failed me, Zetsu. I apologize, mother. I know. I will give you another chance, son. This time, I will gain chakra that you all have taken from me back. As with a seal, all Akatsuki laid on the ground, even Obito, at his dying breaths. Damn it, my chakra! I can't feel it anymore. He tried to use his abilities, as did everyone, but they couldn't. And then they realized their chakra was no more in them, and they were dying because of it. And they did. All Akatsuki was dead, left with much far worse enemy. What are we going to do? An originator has awoken, the kekkei genkai of voices. As their eyes widened, said as they turned towards Ishiki. Are you sure about this? I sensed it. He just rose two people from the dead. What are we to do? He cannot be allowed to grow any stronger. He is already strong enough to deal with all of us. We need to call all the Otsukis here. As they waited for 1 month. And during that 1 month, Naruto trained hard with his parents and his kekkei genkai and Kyuubi's chakra mode as well. And thanks to his shadow clone ability, at the age of 8, he was able to do things many kids in his age only could dream of. Heck, many of the Jonins could only dream of. And when the time came, the Otsukis were there to extinguish him. As Naruto was in his room, meditating, I sense you all are here. What do you want? Naruto said, opening his eyes, revealing slits with red eyes. Ah, I see. So you hold the Biju as well. You're not getting her. Who do you think you are talking to, boy? Said the Otsuki. Rip your flesh, Naruto said, as his voice boomed, and the Otsutsuki King's eyes widened as he started to rip his own flesh. No, pierce your heart and take it out and munch on it, Naruto said with great malice as Kyuubi's voice was coming through his lungs as well, and voice box. Because it was Kyuubi using Naruto to use these words, because Naruto was a child who wouldn't kill, but she will to protect her sibling. After all these years of loneliness, she finally gained a family member, and she will be damned if anyone hurted her. And then and there, the Otsutsuki King died. As the Otsutsuki clan all felt it. Damn it, he's strong enough to kill the Otsutsuki King. What should we do? Ishiki said. You are the only strongest one out of all of us, Ishiki. You are the new Otsutsuki King. So what do we do now? Said Kaguya, as Momoshiki and Kishiki nodded, as the rest of the clan was gathered, as Ishiki smirked. We wait. We train. You mean train? Like really? Yes. For 1 year we train, and then we attack. But isn't that too much of a short time? Said none other than Momoshiki. I know. Then how about this? We train for at least 5 to 6 years more. He's currently 8, no? When he doesn't know we are arriving, we will attack then. We have to send a spy there. As they all look towards Kaguya. What? You will turn into a girl and try to manipulate him through your love. And when he is completely fallen under your spell, kill him. That is the only way we can avoid this. And for that you have to wait for the child to develop such mindset. That is why I'll give you all 8 years. As Kaguya nodded, and everyone nodded as well, as Ishiki smirked, in all due time, wielder of the voices, you will die. And this world's chakra will be ours. And no one will stop us, not even your pathetic excuse of Bijus, he said with a smirk. As time passed from then on, as Naruto's origins was revealed to the populace, as they were sorrowful at what they did, but the family of Trio has moved out and were now living in Uchiha. And along the way before coming there, they traveled throughout the villages, gaining as much as Uzumaki as they could, and they gathered only one, which was none other than Karin, that she freed from Otogakure when visiting there and finding out that it was Orochimaru's village. And now Naruto resided in none other than Uchiha with her, as day by day Naruto grew close to her. And then one day when they were playing outside their village walls of protection, they saw a girl in beaten and battered clothes. As Naruto helped her, "Are you alright, lady? What is your name?" "Kaguya," she said. She was quite pale and had Byakugan. "Are you a Yuga?" "Yes, but I wasn't born inside the Yuga clan. I was born outside. He was a ninja who came to my village, but I didn't get seal. I'm a half Yuga," she said. "I see. We'll take you in," said Naruto, as Naruto from then on started to care for her and all that. And Kaguya didn't want to admit it, as the 6 months she stayed with Naruto taking care of her, he talked to her a lot and even fed her. She was feeling loved. This sensation that she felt all those years ago were returning. Why? He betrayed me, and he will too. As one night, Naruto was visiting her. "Hey, Kaguya, how are you holding up?" "I'm doing fine, Naruto-kun. Thank you for asking." "It seems that you can't sleep." "I see. But why were you here, if you don't mind me asking. Oh, Naruto blushed and looked away. I, you caught me. You see, from the moment I saw you, I love you, Kaguya, Naruto said. He was at the age of 14 now, as many years has passed, as they have moved to the Shiogakure, and the plan was now coming along. And 6 months before him turning 15, Kaguya came along, and 6 months she stayed with them. And here they were, as Kaguya's eyes widened. She could tell through her chakra network and sensing abilities that he wasn't lying, and she felt the love. There was so much for her, and for Karin as well. But she didn't mind sharing, as she got up and walked towards him and kissed him, forgetting about her mission. And when she kissed him, something inside her heart glowed. Her heart melted, washing away all her darkness that she had gotten covered by her golden heart. Her horns retracted back inside her, and her third eye closed, and her skin turned pale. Hair that was black once turned white. What is going on, Kaguya? As she started to grow, until she reached his height. Naruto, I'm an Otsutsuki. As Kyuubi told Naruto through memories what she was. Kaguya, I know who you are now. Can you tell me why you did this? As Kaguya started to cry, as Naruto comforted her, as they were now sitting on the bed. As Kaguya told, I didn't knew you will be so kind to me. It was a mission at first, but I really do love you now, Naruto. I don't know what I will do without you. You freed from my own darkness that has consumed my whole clan. Please don't let go of me. I don't want to go back. I want to stay with you. Fine, Kaguya. If you wished, I would have given you my life either way, because I love you that much. Kaguya knew he was telling the truth as they kissed yet again. And they had an intercourse night that night, and both of them lost their weak hearts again. Plus, Kaguya is a goddess, and she can get a new, seal there and all. I don't want to talk about this whole anatomy. Anyways, when the morning came, Karin was the one who was summoned by none other than Kushina to go and call for Naruto and Kaguya. And when she saw Kaguya and Naruto sleeping naked, her heart stopped. As then she smirked, getting an idea. She had to test it out. It was a gutsy plan, and that she knew 80% for sure will fail. As she got naked and jumped on the bed. As both of them got up. Karin-chan, what are you doing? As Kaguya was blushing and, tried to cover her assets. Well, you were having the fun all night, so how come I can't? Naruto smirked and made 2 clones, and a lot of clapping sounds were heard. Clapping of cheeks, I say, from behind that door. Oh boy. And downstairs Minato and Kushina heard this, and they too started to clap. Downstairs, as Naruto heard this. Oh my god, my parents, yes, they are compilating as we are, Kaguya said. Oh we're not going to fall behind. As the whole family has sex. Differently. You horny idiots. Sorry about that. Anyway, when they died down, as they came to the dinner table, everyone was blushing. Yeah, see? You don't have to talk about that. Kaguya said, I know you got horny after us having sex. As Kushina blushed as well as did Minato. As Naruto and Karin blushed as well. Kaguya-chan, it's alright. As Kaguya then told them her true purpose, what it was, but now she changed. And that she wanted to marry Naruto and start over. And she had blessing of both Minato and Kushina. And then, on the other side, Yoshitsuki knew that Kaguya betrayed them, thanks to Zetsu. Because now Zetsu were their thing to manipulate. All her darkness left. So, Zetsu was no longer her will anymore. He was controlled by none other than Ishiki. You betrayed us, mother. You betrayed me, and for that you will pay. He said to himself before revealing everything that he saw. And to be honest, the whole Otsutsuki clan demanded her death, and they marched towards the Uzumaki compound. But as they entered breaking the seal, Naruto was telling, all of you, perish in dust. Ishiki's eyes widened as his whole clan, Momoshiki, Kishiki, all vanished in dust. Then Thanos snapped his fingers just like that. I raised your clan, Momoshiki. Now, you are the only Ishiki. Now you are the only one who remained. Remove your chakra core and coils, rip them out, Naruto said as his parents looked at him. You wanted to hurt my family. You wanted to hurt me. I'll make an example out of your clan. As Ishiki gritted his teeth before ripping out his arm chakra coils, before screaming in pain. Now rip out your eyes and squish them. He did it as he was told. Now blinded and chakra coils broken from both his arms, Naruto said. Now kill yourself by overpowering your chakra coils. As he started to do that, the sky started to turn black because of his chakra, which was quite enormous before his own chakra destroyed him. Because of overuse and no chakra coils to there to filter chakra through his system. As after Ishiki died, everything went back to normal. As Naruto, the next day, thanks to Uzumaki and Namikaze's blessing, married both Kaguya and Karin. Uzumaki for Karin, Matrich, and Namikaze or Suzuki for none other than Kaguya. On the other side, the Bijus, Naruto went on his way to free them all from their Jinchurikis and bringing their Jinchurikis who were mistreated, mainly Fu from Taki, Gaara from Suna, and some other Jinchurikis from Iwa and Kiri there, after breaking out their Genjutsu, as they started to repopulate the Uzushio Gakure. As the Wave Country, from fleeing from Gato's regime, came there as well, Tauzuna and the rest of the populace, abandoning the village in the middle of the night, as they also started to reside in the new Uzushio Gakure. And after 3 years, the village was rebuilt, and it was revealed to the world as the fifth elemental nation. As Oto, Iwa, Kiri, and Kumo started to form an alliance alongside with Suna to attack it. And they did, but this time Naruto, with his voice kekkei genkai, made them fight with each other, killed them, and ripped their throats alongside their Kages, and they all did. It was a huge bloodbath, and Naruto's kekkei genkai was no that of a 8 S rank plus threat. And flee on side, and don't hear his voice, and you'll be under his spell. That was written there. And his title? Simple. Wise Commander. Yeah, I kinda like that one. It was his title that was given to him. And his parents were proud that he, the next Uzukage, the second one, because first one was his mother, thanks to she wanted to become the Kage and ruling her own homeland was her dream. And Naruto did not only do that, he revived the whole Uzumaki clan as well. The next thing he did that. The Uzumaki clan were surprised when they were revived. But when they saw that their village was rebuilt and there were a lot of people there from outside, they happily accepted them and made their village securities more secure. Konoha tried to form an alliance with them as Kushina rejected them. They heard it after hearing this, but they were rejected. After 1 more year has passed, it was Ushio at the top. The 3 villages were destroyed and there were only 2 remaining, Konoha and none other than Uzushio. The rest of the villages were now minor villages. No village resided. Kiri, under Mei's regime, after finding out that Yagura disappeared and his loyalist army had a new leader, ripped them to apart in shreds because they lost their big guns, which was none other than Yagura himself, and got involved in it as well. And from the start, built their minor village into an elemental nation and asked for a no-fight order between the both villages that stood before the village, Konoha and Uzushio, because they were strong in their own right, and they didn't want to be trampled and messed with. Soon after, the new Kiri and Uzushio formed an alliance, and so did Konoha after reluctance. And when the alliance was formed, they made damn sure that no one will be allowed inside each other's village, and they will meet in a neutral ground only, and will start an embassy. And in the center of a heart of the 3 villages, an embassy was built. It was a 3-village embassy in which, if they wanted to share documents, they will only be there, and each shinobi was assigned to go there to deliver documents and receive for them from other villages, and it was accepted. and hence the peace was prevailed after the so-called destruction. And Naruto was happy that he had two sons, Asura and Indra from Kaguya, and Karin gave birth to Boruto, a red-haired clad mini version of Naruto with yellow streaks, and he was happy about it. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this story off, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing out. Peace.